Okay, now it's on.
Cool. All right, so I just want to do a little walkthrough on the aquaponics greenhouse that we built. I posted some pictures of it, the building process at the beginning. I kind of want to show where we are right now with it. We have 2 tanks, 2 IBC containers that are full of trout. I think we have something like between these 2 tanks, we probably have about 90 fish in here. If you look into the tank, you can see that they start to jump when they think there's food in here. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but they are like, pretty hungry right now. Yeah, there you go. And they go nuts if I put some food in there, but I think they just ate, so I'm not going to overfeed them. So the way the system is set up is these tanks eventually feed these troughs that we have, and this is where we grow the produce. So the water comes up from this tank into this gravel bed. In this bed we have, right now this is all watercress. Watercress and some onions that we have in here. And we have a media, like a clay pebble, which is what's basically containing the roots of these plants, but it also acts as a filter because when the water comes up from the fish tank, it contains a lot of solids that the fish produce. And the solids really get the system, if they go into the system, it creates a problem. But as they drain right here, it's better because that helps to clean the water as it goes into the grow system, and then it also helps to clean it as it feeds back into the fish tank. So I'll show what we have. We have a few different aquaponic systems represented here. The first is the grow bed system, which is like you just take a bed and you fill it with a media. We use clay pebbles. Some people use stone. Some people use some other types of media, but we built with clay pebble. And then this bed then feeds into a bigger tank, which is a float system. It's a float bed. So the water flows out of this system into this bed and into this trough, which contains these styrofoam floats. The way these floats work is we drill holes into the styrofoam, and then we put these baskets in that actually contain the produce, and then the roots get fed by the water that's coming through beneath it. So you can see the root system and how it develops. You can't really grow a root system like this in the soil. So the water allows it to really develop, and it takes in all the nutrients. And here you see the plants that came up, and this is all from seed. Some of them were transplanted. So this is a float system that's represented. This system up here, we cut some holes into some PVC pipe, and we run water along this pipe, and then it backs back out and into the trough again. And this is known as a nutrient film technique, or NFT. So same thing, we put baskets into these holes, and look at that root system. It's going crazy, and we've been harvesting off of this lettuce and selling this lettuce at the farmer's market in Sunland Park. As you can see, we've been growing some different produce in here. We have some basil, we have some lettuce. It's getting a little warm in here, so the lettuce is starting to bolt. We're gonna have to finish that off pretty soon. Down here, we have some more lettuce still, some mizuna and some mustard greens. And we're also starting to grow some cucumbers. So we want to see how cucumbers will do in this system. It gets pretty warm in here in the summertime, so I think we'll be all right with it. This is actually a portable aquaponics system that we use to when we go to fairs and things like that, so people can see how the system works, or basic principles of aquaponics. Pretty simple. There's some little guppies in there, some little goldfish, and the water just feeds up to the top. And this is once again an NFT, a nutrient film technique system. So we have baskets growing in this system, developing lettuce. The water eventually flows into this gravel bed. And you see, we didn't use clay pebbles, we use pea pebble with this. And this is probably the least expensive way to do it. But sometimes it's it's really heavy compared to the clay pebbles. But when we plant directly into this bed as well, and you see little lettuce starts coming up, some onions, we put the sprouts in there and they just take over. And then it feeds back down to the fish as clean water. So it's a closed loop system that you see operating here. This is the other bed on the opposite side where we've been producing some lettuce. We've been harvesting a lot from this bed, and it's the same thing. It's getting warm in here, so it's getting to the point where we're going to have to transfer and put some new plants in here that can withstand the heat. So far, this lettuce has been doing pretty well. These were started from seed. So we just put a lettuce seed in these baskets, and this is what develops over time. So this is our aquaponics system, one of them that we developed out here at Mountain View Farm. MVM Farm, and we've been doing aquaponics now, not even a year. We started in September, and now it's April, and this is how far we've gone with it. We transplanted. I found this little sunflower that was in the system. We didn't plant it in the system. We were growing sunflower sprouts, and one of them ended up out of the tray and started growing in the bed. So we figured we'd just let it grow and see what happened. And this, it's April, and we got a, almost 5 foot tall sunflower in here. So, in a nutshell, that's what it looks like. That's aquaponics out here at the MVM Farm. Peace.